All right, peace, peace, peace. Just want to come back with another video right quick. Yeah, man, I just want to go into something, man. Shout out to the brother from the Assembly of the Firstborn, man. He brought this up, and it's a good topic, man. Because I want to do in another video in the series not in the series, but yeah, in the series of like this is just another reason why the Most High's ways isn't our ways. Actually, let me grab that real quick, just because because really the Most High. Let's get this Isaiah the classic right here. Isaiah chapter 55 verse 8. It says, Isaiah chapter 55 verse 8. It says, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are my ways your way. Wait, let me get this again. It's Isaiah chapter 55 verse 8. It said, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the high heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than their ways. My thoughts are my thoughts and your thoughts, man. Because you know what? Because a lot of times you don't really realize that, and we got to register. Like when we read these scriptures, meditate on the scriptures, man. And it's just in life in general, as we just realize things, meditate on things. It's like, yo, really, when the Most High says that, He means that. Like His ways isn't our ways, because man certain ways sees things, but the Most High sees it on no other side of the coin. He sees it on a whole different wavelength than us, man. His ways aren't our ways. Certain things, like even till I'm guilty of this sometimes. Like certain times when I'm reading scripture, certain times I'm reading, reading scriptures. I could try to, certain things I don't understand. I try to make it to make sense to me, pretty much. If that makes sense. If I'm trying to understand it the way it will make sense to me. But certain things, the Lord, the Most High said what He said, man. That's it, man. And this is like we're not supposed to get it, There's a lot of things that people are like, oh, why did He do this? Why did He do that? And for certain things, because He could do whatever He pleases, and two, certain things that we're not supposed to understand, man. It's like it's always like, even like, let's say your earthly father, man. Certain things you weren't meant to know, or certain things like I'm pretty sure like y'all that have y'all fathers or dads, in your lifetime. Certain things that He'll never just tell y'all. Actually, was that in Psalms or something like that? If the Most High, when the Most High said, listen, even if I was hungry, man, I wish I wrote that down, but it says even if I was hungry, I wouldn't let y'all know. So that's the same thing. Kind of think about it in that sense. But I said to say, man, because the brother I was watching the video of the class, and he mentioned how deep it is. Because this is a main score for people. This is a main thing of what people say. But this is how the Most High, He's a mastermind, man, and He really reveals the hearts of people. He really reveals the character of people. He's actually testing the character of people. When your house shot, asking, because a lot of times when a lot of scoff, it's like, okay, if God exists, right? If the Most High exists, or if He's this and that, why is there poor? Why is there people starving? Stuff like that. Well, one, you're not even getting. Actually, no, I'm about to get it too. And Mark, I'm gonna get the account of Mark, but what Yahushua said, Mark, one, like one, that's just how it goes, man. And like you look at any like the brother, I'm sorry, like the brother Assembly of Firstborn said, like even if you could just go in history, there's not been a time when in history, like when the poor wasn't around, like and then not any kingdom, not any rulership of any nation that they were just all balling. No, it's just always been like that, man. Now in the kingdom to come, it will not be like that. Well, especially no, mainly for the nation of Israel, mainly for our people, for our people, but it's still because our enemies, the other nations, they're going to be like the curse is going to reverse pretty much. It's like they're going to be in the world we're at now. But anyway, I want to say if you go throughout his history, stuff like that, there's not been point in time when the poor wasn't among you, but also too, people are missing this, like the Most High's. That's the Most High's test. Actually, no, let me get this. Let me just get this real quick, man. Let me get this. I don't really need to get it. Yeah. Let me get. Let me get this. Let me get this. Where did I want it at? Let me see. Mark 4:7. Mark 4:17. I'm sorry, Mark 4:17. It says. No, not Mark 14:7. I'm sorry. Yeah, I put 4. Mark 14:7. I could get John. I could get John, but I get Mark 14:7. I'm sorry. Mark 14:17. Mark 14:7. It says, no, Mark 14:7. It says, "For ye have the poor, for ye have the poor always." No, let me read this again. "For ye have the poor with you always, and whensoever ye will, ye may do them good. But me you not always have not always." So yeah, this is when Yahushua is about to, getting the ointment on him. This is when Judas said, "No, we could give it to money for the poor and the women washing him, pretty much." But Yahushua said, "Listen, the poor, they always going to be here. I'm not always going to be here. I'm prepping y'all for it's expedient, pretty much it's expedient that I go. I'm prepping y'all now before when I go, when I return back to the Father. I'm not always going to be here with y'all, man." And plus, actually, let me get this too. This is a scripture awesome time I think about that too, man, because that's what Yahushua said. "Listen, I'm not worth that. All this, I'm not worth that. I'm just about to die for you. I'm not worth that." I want this to line up with this. I'm about to get back on topic, but it's something I always think about too. Because this is a key scripture of Yahushua. Yeah, it's Ecclesiastes chapter also in Sirach chapter 29 verse 10. It says, "Lose thy money for thy brother and thy friend, and let it not rust under a stone to be lost." So yeah, man, lose that. Yahushua said, "Ye are my friends as long as you do what I do." But also, yeah, man, lose your money for your brother, man. That's what it is, and that's what Yahushua is even kind of getting at here. Like, listen, man, I'm about to die for the nation. I'm about to die for who I'm about to die for. I'm about to lose my life for y'all. I'm about to lose my life for the generations and generations and generations to come, man. So. I'm not worth that, and everything I've been with y'all, everything I've done, taught y'all, everything, I roll with y'all, man, I'm about to lay my life down for y'all. I'm not worth that. Listen, the poor, they always going to be there. They're going in history, going forward, in different civilizations, different regions, all across 4 corners of earth. You're going to have poor, man, but I'm not always going to be with you, man. It's actually speeding, like I said, that like he said, that I go away for you, man. So, I'm giving you the game now, pretty much, but I don't want to get sidetracked too much. But yeah, the poor is always going to be with you. But a lot of times in scoff, it's like, oh man, you got people actually in the book of Clarence, he said that, man, he said, listen, because they had him as pretty much an atheist, but I try to touch on that in the book of Clarence. If y'all watch the video on that, but pretty much he actually believes at that, man. It just shows you the power of the Most High, man. How he can make I should put that I should touch on that too in the book of Clarence. How he can make the simple wise, man. And Clarence became wise at the end. But anyway, but he said that in the movie pretty much when he's talking to Thomas, I think. But or I think he's just talking in general. But that's the main scoff of people. Let's go to Proverbs 16. Not realizing that the Most High is doing that because he's trying to reveal people's character. He's revealing. Actually, let's get this Proverbs 16 right quick. That's how he's a mastermind. That's why he has a poor around. Because he's trying to reveal who's who, Let's get that Proverbs 16 verse 2. It says, all the ways of man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the spirit. So yeah, man. So everybody listen, and also too, just because you get the poor, man, that doesn't, as long as you're not having faith in him and Yahushua and doing what he commanded, because people that's why that scripture even said that, because you could give to the poor and not, but still, on a surface level, on 2 dimensional level, yeah, that's a good, and actually you got a lot of good charitable people in there. But at the end of the day, it's going to be like Romans 2 says, they're still going to be judged by my law. They're still going to be judged by my standard, pretty much. So that's what it is, man. But that's what Paul says. What I pray for the resurrection. Pray for the just and the unjust. Resurrection for the just, for the righteous and just and the unjust. Yeah, Acts 24:15. When he's unjust, he's going into the people that they weren't believers per se, but they're by who they were, they kept the commandments. That's why Paul's praying for kind of mercy on that part. But that's another topic. But yeah, that's the reason why the Most High has the poor around. That's it. That's one of the reasons why. Because he wants to reveal who's who, man. Because like the Yahushua said in the parable about the Levite, that walked by the poor man or the publican. I'm forgetting, it's in Luke. That's why he has that. That's why he has the poor around, man. Exactly. He has a pull around. Actually, you know what? Let's get this. Let's get this. This is why he has a pull around. Let's get this, cause let's get this too. Let's go. I want to get the whole. Yeah, let's get this. Uh, Mark, yeah, it's in Mark chapter 12 and 4, yeah, 12. That's why this is another reason he has a pour around. Mark chapter 12 and verse 43, it says, and he called unto him his disciples. This is when the widow, she gave 2 mites, and that's all she had. It says, and he called unto him his disciples, and saith unto them, verily I say unto you, that this poor widow hath cast more than all they that cast into the treasury. For all that did cast into abundance, but she did, of her want did cast all that she had, and even all her living. So yeah, man, that's the reason why, because you can still give, but this is that's the reason, the character, man, the range, that's why the Most High, you could even give to the poor, but it's the spirit and the intention behind it. That's the thing too, like how shall I say, are you doing it to be seen of men? Don't you let your right hand know what your left hand doing, but also or you just didn't do that when nobody's around. Would you really do that, man? Because and that's the reason why, as well. It's kind of layered within that, but yeah, that's the reason why the Most High has a pour around, because he wants this. He wants to see that this is pleasing to him, and Yahushua, man. And Yahushua said, listen, she gave more than anybody, man. Anybody that did, man. These people that were doing pretty good, man. But yeah. Just like the rich man in the kingdom, man. That's why he has the poor around, man. He's a revealing character, man. He's really who you are. He's one of the real who you are. Also, too, the widow, she did this. This is what she really did, according to Tobit chapter 4 and verse 8. If thou hast abundance, give alms accordingly. If thou would have a little, be not afraid to give according to that little. And that's what the widow did too. But that's why the Most High has a poor around, man. His ways are our ways, man. Because it's not no time that we just all, because what it is, it's fantasy world too, man. It's just now that's what's being pushed. That's why you see people say, "Oh, getting." There's nothing wrong with money, man. It's the love. It's the love of. It's the coveting. It's the love of money that's the root of all evil. It's not money, because money's a strong defense, man. But it's just a It's just the fact, that's why you see everything's about this money, or getting to the bag, this, or you gotta have this, gotta get that, But that living a luxurious lifestyle, man. Because I live in, I was just talking about this with a sister earlier, man. It's just that you got people now, especially because I work in school, they really, some really believe that there's going to be TikTok stars and just living lavishly, not doing nothing, or this is the cop out they get. And there's nothing wrong with having your own business, your LLC, nothing wrong with that. But if they do that, okay, I'm not going to have my own business, not knowing that's working itself. But really what they're saying is, I'm just going to have my own business, and live luxuriously. No, that's not how that works, man. That's what it is, man. It's the Most High even he made men to work, man. He made he said, "Hate not laborious work," man. Even sometimes I gotta check myself on that certain thing. But so I'm glad I did work for a city and did laborious work, and sometimes even my past couple jobs haven't been that recently, but I'm trying to. The Lord's will, probably gonna get back into that. But anyway, I'm not want to divulge into that too much, but I'm saying that to say, man, it's not a point in time, but it's just not. No, you're not gonna. What it is too. It's the fact that it's the programming put it on the people, man. That's what this current kingdom is. It's just okay, yeah, what it is too. I was just talking about this with my actual brother the other day, man. That's what's being fed to people. That's what's being programmed through people, through social media, through peers, through TV, through movies and stuff like that now. Or we just gotta. It's nothing wrong, because Scripture says in Sirach, a man well traveled as well has much of wisdom. There's nothing wrong with traveling and going around the world, but nowadays that's a standard with people. And then me growing up, that was the thing, man. Just going to damn that Dorney Park or like Six Flags or Hershey Park or y'all brothers that live otherwhere else, or like say you from Virginia, Kings Dominion or whatever, or stuff like that. But nowadays, like especially like if you're trying to date a woman, like you did your expectation is fucking Dubai and Punta Cana and the Dominican Republic. I think it's Punta Cana or Dominican Republic, Jamaica or Brazil or some shit. It's like, bitch, if you don't like, excuse my language, but it's people like if you don't give a piece of this fucking funnel cake. I mean, I'm being real. I'm talking like this, but I'm being real. But I'm saying to say because that's what's being programmed on the people. Because coming up now, I'm pretty sure y'all like that came up before me, even during my time, that was just kind of the standard. It's just like, that was just a thing. Like, all right, cool. Like, there's nothing wrong with taking trips. I'm not shaming that at all. I'm not saying that. But it's just like, that's not, like, why are you doing this? Why, is that something you really want? Is that really the standard that you really, one is just taking trips, or is that just being pushed on people, or is that like I was reading that somewhere in Proverbs, or is that living comparatively? Like you seeing people on social media, like okay, now I want to do that, I want to go on that, I want to go on. Not that you actually had a genuine desire to go there. It's like okay, it's living comparatively. This is actually yeah, it's Proverbs of what was it? Yesterday it says gosh, actually let me grab it real quick. I think it was Proverbs. Gosh, okay. Okay, it's all good. I can't find it, but yeah, is this really just that though? It's just the fact that that's what it is. Like that's seriously what it is. Like yeah, that's this is what it is. This is the fact that okay, is that because that was a standard back in the day. You would take trips or something like this, or you would go this and that. But that's like a standard. Oh, we gotta go here, we gotta go there. Not the same. This people in general. Not to say this this with women per se. There's some people in general, man. Like taking like trips and doing all that stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. I actually need to travel even more. But I say that to say, man, like why is that? That's being pushed on the people, man. That's just like they just want like the brother Assembly at first one was talking to. He made a good point, man. That's just like kind of being pushed, like on people, man. It's just being pushed. It's just like no, man. It's be like Proverbs, like what he said, give me not much, give me not little. The Most High is he's doing that now in our day to day lives. I had to realize that, man. Like Proverbs 38, give me not much, give me not much that I forgive you, be not little that still and make the name of my God and the name of my God in vain, man, or take his name in vain, man. That's what it is too. So yeah, man. But I said to say all that is because the poor is being among you, man. That's just it, man. Because it's not like it kind of ties into like I think I touched about in early, like this current kingdom, this current society, this current world. It doesn't promote. It doesn't like teach contentment. It doesn't teach thankfulness, gratefulness, man. Being thankful for what you have, man. Seriously, man, because you always gotta think, man. A lot of our forefathers were rich, Abraham, Jacob, Joseph, David, Solomon, yeah, a lot of our forefathers were. Then we have they weren't like Yahushua wasn't balling, man. He wasn't balling. The disciples wasn't like balling. They wasn't, man. They wasn't rich like that. But the Most High took care of them, man. So actually, yeah. Let me get this. Because actually, I'm gonna get some scriptures. Like forget it. Because I'm gonna prove that, man. But all praises though. But when you do good by people, man. And Most High gonna bless you with that, man. Or more if he don't work. Even though I know elderly brother, I ain't gonna say his name, he won the lottery, man. But he was a traditional like elder, or OG, say OG or like elder on the block, man. He looked out for everybody, man. The Lord, the Most High blessed him in that. He won the lottery, man, and that was great, man. I'm happy for him, man. I haven't talked to him since, but but it's just great, man. But yeah, man, that's it, man. Cause let me get this too, cause this probably I'm gonna go into good. No, I'll just get in the regular version. Yeah, let's get this. Proverbs chapter 15 real quick, cause since we talking about money, the poor, and all that stuff. I'm kind of segueing into something else, but I'll just get into it. Proverbs chapter Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 16. It says, "Better is little in fear of the Lord, and then great treasure in trouble therewith." It says, "Better is it with fear of the Lord than great treasure in trouble therewith." So yeah, man, that's what it is, man. Very fear of the Lord than being rich and in trouble and have all these things, man. Because like like Big said it, man. Like more money, more problems. Sometimes that's sometimes in the case. That's sometimes the case too. I'm reading this in the good news. It says, "Better to be poor and fear the Lord, and than to be rich and be in trouble." Yeah, man. Let's get this right quick in the let's go to Esther, man. Our foremother Esther, man. Let's go to her. Like see what she went through. Like she was rich, but she realized something, man. She realized something. Exactly. This is a distant Esther in the Apocrypha. She said, "Thou knowest my necessity, for I abhor the sign of my high estate, which is upon my head, in the days wherein I shew myself, and I abhor it was a menstruous rag, and that I wear it not when I'm in private by myself." So yeah, man, that's. Hold on. Let's meditate. I'm gonna read this again. Let's meditate on this. That this is addition to Esther and Apocrypha. That I know my necessity. I abhor the sign of my estate, and which is in my head, and the days wherein I shew myself, and that I abhor as a menstruous rag. That I wear it not when I'm private by myself. This is so powerful, man. Especially the state of our sisters now, our women now, man. Can you imagine that right now? Like especially our women that Esther was rich. She was Persian king, married to him and stuff like that. But she hated. She said, "I hate my high state. I hate this." Like she didn't even like this, man. And not saying you can't be. Let me say it because it's a balance. Not saying you can't be there because Joseph he was rich and he's Solomon, stuff like that. And they feared the Lord at the end of the day. They kept the Most commandments. They were faithful men. But the Most High blessed it. So nothing wrong with that. But she realized that doesn't mean anything though. That doesn't always make you happy. That doesn't bring you joy, man. That doesn't, man. It helps a lot, It can, but you realize that, what did Solomon pray for? Solomon prayed for wisdom. Then that was added on to him, man. He prayed for how the Most High's people, That then the Lord blessed him with that, man. It was their faithfulness, man, their obedience. But yeah, man. But you think about this now, man, especially our women now. This is how far we fallen from that estate, man. But they're not saying because in their nature they want to be provided and protected for. They want to be, you do have to, because it's not always about the money, but money is important too. It's just like because that's in their nature, want to be secure too. But I just wanted to say, man, but this Esther right here. Because even they say Abigail, because Nabal was rich, but she left. But because after the Mosai killed Nabal because he wanted Abigail with David, but she was willing to she was willing to live with David in the case. She said, "Listen, I'll be your slave." You read the Oxford in the account in Samuel 25, I think. If you read it in the Oxford Bible, she said she will be David's slave rather than, because once Nabal was gone, technically all that stuff was hers. But she said, "Listen, I'd rather be with you, David," because David was living in the cave because he was on the run from Saul at the time. So she had the rich stuff like that. But she wanted to be with a man of the Most High. She wanted to be with she feared the Lord. She wanted to be under the Lord. She wanted to be under David. Esther, she hated her position, man. Because and we see that now a lot of times. That's why scriptures even say don't envy those type of people, man. Because you don't know what they're going through. A lot of times, it's not always cracked up to be, man. When we see it now, we see it happen throughout over the years, and we see it now. More coming out about those people in the entertainment world, and the sports world, and this politics, or influencers, stuff like that. It's not what it's cracked up to be most majority of the time. So, Yeah, man. Yeah, so that's what it is, man. I'm gonna read this again. Then I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm just go to it because it's not only the sisters too, because it's like what Timothy says, because don't what you call them, because she lived within her pleasures, man. That's why our sister talking about some the bag this, the bag that, but it's rare that you find. That's why Esther was one of a kind, man. That's why who can find like Proverbs 31. I was just looking at who can find the virtuous woman, who can find. It's hard to find women like this, man. It is, to be honest, but Thou knowest, this is first edition of Esther, chapter 14, verse 16. Thou knowest my necessity, because that she said, "Thou knowest my necessity." That's lining up with what Proverbs 38 and what Yahushua said in Matthew 6 on down. He said, listen, the Most High don't even worry about all those things, the food and your raiment. The Most High knows what you need. Even Esther understood that, That's Yahushua in the volume of the book, what he taught is in the volume of the book. Thou knowest my necessity, for I pour the sign of my high estate, which is upon my head, and the days wherein I shew myself, and that I pour the menstruous rag, and that I wear it not when I'm private by myself. So yeah, man. So, yeah, she said she doesn't wear a crown, man. She doesn't wear all that stuff, man. There's nothing wrong with that, man. It's because we read Genesis, like, Joseph had gold, when you read Ezekiel, Judith. There's nothing wrong with that. All nice things. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. It's just a balance to it, man. Just don't put those things on a pedestal and love those things, man. But let's get this, Esther, man. Let's go to Hebrews real quick, man. Where's my okay? Let's go to Hebrews real quick, man, because it's not just sisters, it's men too, man. It's just people in general, man. Let's go to Hebrews. Let's go to Uncle Moses real quick. Let's read about Uncle Moses real quick, man. Let's go about our beloved Moses, man. It says Hebrews chapter 11 verse 24. And then we can probably go with Yahushua. It says, by faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter. Verse 25, here's the point. Choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of Yahweh than enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. Esteeming the reproach of Christ or Mashiach greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. So yeah. What's that reward? The kingdom of heaven. But also too, so Moses, he chose affliction with his people. Anyway, he chose the affliction of his people. Chose to be afflicted with us, and we burnt Moses out, man. It's kind of sad how we did Moses, man. But he chose that rather than the riches in Egypt, man, because he had it all. He was balling, man. You don't think Moses had? All that, the gold, the money, the steam, but he chose, like, no, I'm going to go through some of my people, man. And because the war is greater, man. Which I'm about to get. And I'm going to get Philippians, with Yahushua. Because you know how Yahushua could have came. He was a servant to us, man. Like, he served this, like, he washed his disciples' feet, man. We know what Yahushua did, man. Like, we kind of got to meditate on it sometimes, but it's just like, that's just ultimately humility, man. That's just ultimate, like, this. Anyway, man, let me get this. It says, Philippians chapter 2 verse 7. But he made himself of no reputation and took upon him the form of a servant and was made in the likeness of men. So yeah, man, he was a servant, man. You know how Yahushua could have came? This is the son of the Most High. This is the son of Yahweh. This is the son of God. You know how he could have came? Like, but he didn't, man. So yeah, man, that's kind of going to, all the reason why the Most High has a poor. This is the reason why the Most High has a poor in the world, in the world, man, for those, it's called that. But let's get this, because they understood this. Let's get Psalm 1. This is my favorite ones too, man. Psalm chapter 84 verse 10. So Esther, Moses, Yahushua, all of them understood. Psalm chapter 84 verse 10. It says, for in the day of thy courts is better than 1,000. I'd rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than to dwell in the tents of wickedness. So yeah, man. So that's it. So one day it says one day in the kingdom is better than your best days on this side, man. So that's what it is, man. So that's what they understood. Kind of segue to other things, but also, man, the fact that it doesn't take around, because even Yahushua did say, because I want to say it's a balance of everything, because Yahushua did say, Jeremiah 29 says, and while you're in Babylon, Mary built, vineyards, build houses, marry daughters, marry each other, lands, get lands, do all this stuff. You can have the blessings here, like Proverbs 16:7. You like I read the other day, the enemies, you can be blessed in the land of your captivity, man. You can, and your house shall say, not only you'll get the blessings on this side, but on the other side too. So you can get the blessings on this side and do well for yourself on the inside, man. Because also too, I was talking about this with a sister the other day, man. Because sometimes when people with money, people with riches, get bad raps. Sometimes, because it's like sometimes it's not bad people. All rich people aren't evil, wicked people. Some of them are good, people, especially those that even within the faith, you can have have a high level position. I can read a bunch of our forefathers that had high ranking positions, man, but still were just men. But even the word aside, even scriptures aside, there's some upright good people with money. So that's not always the case too. It's going to bring the balance to that, but it's just the fact that yeah, man, that's what it is. What it is. That's why the Most High has the poor among us. That's why the Most High, the poor will always be among people, man. That's what it is too, man. So yeah, man. Hopefully this is edifying, man. So peace.